I hope you do not convey that to
We're live.
We are live.
her.
We're live.
We are
Way
live.
to who?
Her.
Her.
The one that we were talking
Her who?
about just
I can't
before the
remember.
show
Take the name.
started.
Who are you talking?
Hero.
आइए बताएगा सिद्धार्थ.
मैं क्यों बताऊं?
Everything he'll tell today.
I
Huh?
only tell today.
He tells.
This is sick today or what? This is
No, it's tell today.
It's not. We are here to discuss something else. We are not going to take names.
No.
So you won't take the names of the
No, so
cricketers you're going to
people have
discuss?
repeatedly
That's an
requested.
exception.
No, people have repeatedly requested that we introduce ourselves or at least give our names
Oh, yeah,
for
everyone
each
knows,
of
yaar,
the
who we
person
are.
on the panel.
No, people know who we are. I'm
People
pretty
don't
sure they
know
know
me.
who you are. Huh?
They don't know me. Of course, Vikrant ko to everybody knows.
We are live.
We are live, Vikrant. My mic is off and on. The battery is going to die soon, though, Anurag.
No, if there's two, it's fine.
Yeah.
Then it's fine.
I can't see myself.
It's this thing lags.
That's 10
Lag of
seconds,
5-10 seconds.
15 seconds.
Yeah, that lags. That's why whatever we see Rahul saying here is said like about few seconds back.
There, you made an
See,
entry.
you made an entry.
Have you seen the topic of our dugout today? What is our topic today?
3.
So 300s is what Vikrant is saying. Our topic for dugout this evening at the end of day 2 of the 4th and final test match between India and Australia is
Oh, you said how many on day 3? 2.
200s. Only.
The third one will come on the day 4.
okay. So we'll count that also. How many hundreds will Indian batsmen score on day 3 of the Ahmedabad test? He has been very precise with his.
Tomorrow and one
So who are the guys? Who are the guys who are getting it?
again, yeah. I don't have the crystal ball, but I think
No,
it'll be-
educated guess.
tomorrow will be one of the two openers
Okay.
and Virat.
And
Virat?
third also you can tell us who is on his way to 100 tomorrow.
It'll be either it'll be Jadeja.
So Jadeja, Virat Kohli and one of the two openers
One of
are
the
getting
two.
100 in India's first innings. Interesting.
Just a general prediction, right?
General.
जो दिल कह रहा है.
Measured.
Is there a basis
No,
of...
yeah, it's measured.
Okay.
Law of
Measure-
averages, the
Playing
pitch,
conditions,
playing
style.
conditions, style of bowling,
Alright.
and this and that.
Aditi,
Did you see the match
Which
today?
actually counts for nothing.
Did you see the match today?
of course he gets paid to her. She's asking, did you see the match today?
Oh, of course.
Did you have time
I had lots and lots of time.
to watch the match?
Yes.
All right, highlights, please.
I was engrossed. I did all the sessions live on
No,
Sportsna.
I'm just joking.
No,
Can't
maybe,
I joke
maybe she
on the
knows
show?
more than that,
I'm
that
also
you were there
wondering
somewhere.
what is it that she knows and I don't, or I don't have a clue about.
No, I'm just...
She
Did I
knows
go
that you are
somewhere?
not
Essay.
watching.
Bus.
Did we go somewhere? No.
I don't know.
No
Aditi.
reason.
I was
You
not-
indulged
was
in a
I-
lot of gossip today, actually.
Me?
Yes, you both.
Where?
Somebody told me that you were gossiping a lot upar on the desk, and whoever you were gossiping about. I'm just kidding. Look, I got your
No,
attention.
no, we may have been.
No, we
See,
don't
देखा?
lie here on this
देखा?
platform.
I'm always right, Siddharth.
We
I
may have
knew.
been. We may have been.
Yes, Siddharth will
Is
agree.
Siddharth the
Always
one-
do that.
Is he the mole? He was also sitting there by the way when we were gossiping.
Ah.
Siddharth was the only person who was sitting there with us.
Siddharth?
Yes.
There's only
Even
one
if
Siddharth.
Aditi is wrong, Siddharth will not say that thing.
दुनिया में जो भी प्रॉब्लम हो आई एम रिस्पांसिबल.
No, you're not responsible. But you were witness to it.
Maybe I'm living in a parallel universe.
My
I don't know.
God. अपने आप पे शक हो गया आपको?
हाँ, जैसे there is a dialogue ना.
सिद्धार्थ ये सोच रहा है कि मैं कहाँ से कौन
सिद्धार्थ पे उसके घर वालों को भी शक
There is
है.
a dialogue ना. मैं सबकी फेवरेट हूँ. मैं अपनी फेवरेट हूँ. I think I am.
Yeah, this is just an excuse. We use this a lot. हमें भी पता है.
Acha, what was Rahul was saying something?
Let him have some water. Yeah.
No, Aditi was asking Siddharth that Siddharth को अपने आप पर शक है. So I said सिद्धार्थ को तो उसके घर वालों पे भी शक है. और
That is true.
वो तो सच है.
घर वालों को भी
आपके
इसमें
घर
शक
वालों
है.
पे सिद्धार्थ.
घर वालों को भी
नहीं,
स्पेशल.
घर वालों को ही स्पेशल.
क्यों शाह?
इसको नहीं है. इसको
वो
नहीं
ही
है. इसको नहीं है.
That is true. Acha, answering the question, Aditi, what do you think? How many hundreds?
I think 300.
3. Like him, you have also gone with 3. 3 batsmen will get 100.
इन्होंने 200 बोला, yeah.
नहीं, 2 tomorrow.
Per day.
परसों.
300s will come.
Yeah, in totality.
400s.
400s?
That's
Individual
too
100s
ambitious.
coming for India.
400s.
No, India is going to get. So you get. So India is getting 600.
Yes.
So who are
The
the?
players are, one is Shubman Gill.
Huh?
The other is Shreyas Iyer. Third is Virat. He seems to be thinking
Okay.
on this road. Fourth is Ashwin.
That's
Ashwin is favorite. Had to be. Shane.
two. I had said Shubman Gill. Considering what little I saw of him bat standing by that, I think the other centurion will be Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer.
Would be best suited to batting on a slow, low pitch, which does assist a little bit of batting. I think he's.
Mr. Rahul, tell us, you are on ground zero. You know best. How many individual hundreds are coming in the first innings of India's inning?
Zero. He said zero. I mean, he said that in zero.
This is
Arey
okay.
yaar, you tell us why you think zero.
No, I just hope you people are discussing about this particular test match. I'm sure you people are saying, going by what we've already seen in the last couple of days, the way the Australians batted, the way
Yes.
the Indians started their innings. Yes, it is a flat track, but with that low bounce, it has to turn someday or the other. I just hope it doesn't turn tomorrow. But 400s, come on, let's be realistic.
No, not 4.
400s,
Yeah. I said 3.
You don't
Siddharth
get
said
to
four.
see.
That's it for.
No, but you are saying let's be realistic is the guy who's saying 0 hundreds.
Yeah. बताओ.
He's telling us be realistic. You are saying 0 hundreds. Come on, this page. with the way-
Maybe one of the reasons why I'm saying zero is because all you people have named almost everybody in that
No,
batting
but that
order.
doesn't stop you from.
There's
picking
another
yours.
one, Nikhil, who's saying 0 hundreds, 270 all out.
No, but Nikhil Naz is yet to.
Yes.
No, I will, but let him finish.
Okay.
Let Rahul say. No, but you that doesn't
No,
stop
you-
your prediction
it-
because
it-
others
it-
have picked.
it-
Doesn't mean you
it
cannot
is-
pick the same guy.
I'm just worried about the fact that they have somebody like Daniel Vittori in that camp. So,
He'll come out to bowl.
and no, he's not going to bowl, but I think they have gauged how the Indians have bowled. In fact, Cameron Green, I was just trying to understand how the Indians were bowling and what they thought that the Indians were doing that the Australians don't have to do, and exactly what they had to do, which India didn't do. So I was just wondering, and he said that maybe we'll try that out tomorrow, and Daniel Vittori is perhaps the best judge to figure out what exactly has to be done. So I don't think that it will be that easy. And third day wicket, especially after once this ball gets a little older, and with the slowness of the wicket, it can go either way. Also, India, the kind of approach that they have, they want to attack, which is not wrong, by the way, which is not wrong. But when the ball is not coming onto the bat so nicely, the ball was hard and new at this point, in those 10 overs. But with that slowness of the pitch, you also have to slow your game. Will India do that? Pujara can. Because that is the reason why I was a little surprised that nobody picked Pujara when it came to your suggestions as to who can score a century. I think Pujara is best suited for a ton.
So
Best, there we
Finally
go.
you picked. So you picked 100 coming.
ended with Vijay Hazare.
First he said 0. Now he said you pick. How many are you picking? One Pujara. How many more? Or just one?
I'm going. My guess is if somebody has to get 100, I think going by how the pitch is behaving, I'll go with Pujara.
Acha, you are going with Pujara with the pace. So he's picked one. Acha, tell me one thing. Rahul saying that firstly he has forgotten to get his ring light today also. But he is saying that because they've got a Daniel Vittori, so their spinner they would have seen. Yeah, but the Indian team also have Sairaj Bhautule is there as a spin consultant.
Yeah.
Huh?
Very good point.
So could he not tell the spinners what to do?
And how many wickets did Vittori have?
But don't some
Yeah,
coaches.
there is an Ashwin playing for your team.
Yes.
Who's the Mr. Spin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eh?
No,
Doctor-
you have a
Doctor
you have a
spin.
coach in Rahul Dravid, perhaps one of the best, not just in India, but amongst the all-time greats. But what have your batsmen done in last so many years?
So then, how can Vettori help?
Again, dichotomy.
How can Vettori help Australian spinners then? Then it's
We'll see. We'll cross this Dandi bridge where I'm standing right now. When
he's
it
standing on
comes,
the bridge.
Acha, by the way, yaar, very interesting. Param Joshi. He's got an exam tomorrow, his board exams, mathematics. So he wants blessings and luck from all of you.
God
I'm sure
bless
this
you,
must be
Bacche.
12th, not 10th.
Yeah.
If it's maths tomorrow,
Someone Badogi
it must be
blessing.
12th.
Yeah, good luck, Param.
Good luck.
Yeah, but then
Don't be watching
he's
the
with
show.
us.
Huh?
On the eve of his exam.
No, but you he can take out 10-15
I hope
minutes
you
to
haven't
watch.
changed. I hope you haven't changed the name.
2.
I'm saying I hope you haven't changed the name of the person who's appearing for the exam.
No, that
No,
is
it
a
just came in
on
the-
our-
Param Joshi.
Acha.
Oh, this is 12th, yaar. This is 12th. Don't worry.
Why is he saying your sons have?
Oh, he's in 10th, na, the younger one. And
So he also
maths
has his
exam
board
is not
exam.
tomorrow.
Just that
That much I know.
Param Joshi is worried. You and your son, you people are not.
We'll also cross the bridge when it comes. Before maths, there is
Ellis
English
Bridge.
and social studies to deal with. Yeah.
If you're in Ahmedabad, you'll cross Ellis Bridge. That's the most prominent bridge, no?
Rahul, what do you make of the test match? And before I go to Rahul, Siddharth, we need you to explain. There still is confusion. If this test match ends in a draw,
Yeah.
does India qualify for the WTC final?
Provided Sri Lanka don't win more than one test.
So,
Yeah.
If it is a draw or if India lose, if Sri Lanka wins 2-0,
They'll make it.
Sri Lanka make it.
and
They-
theoretically, right now on day
But-
2, they might actually
But,
be the
but
first.
Siddharth,
Yeah.
even if India win this game,
India
and New
win,
Zealand,
even if Sri Lanka
New
win,
Zealand or
doesn't
rather
matter.
Sri Lanka win both their games, they are
No, then
No,
then-
Rahul. What he's
Sri
saying
Lanka
is if
too.
no. What Siddharth is saying that if India win this test match, then doesn't matter what Sri Lanka do. Even if they win 2-0, they don't go through. India are
Correct.
through.
So as we speak, the best possible result that I see from the Indian perspective is a draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
India
means,
is
which
not.
means by close of play tomorrow, we will know where this test match is heading, and around 11 o'clock in the morning, we will know where that one
That
is
one
heading.
is heading,
Where
yes.
Sri Lanka right now.
193 behind New Zealand and they've already taken 5 wickets.
We have
No,
already.
Sri Lanka are ahead.
Ahead, yes.
We have already made predictions.
That
We've
Sri Lanka is
gone
going to win the
ahead.
first test.
Our prediction is based on permutation, combinations, probability scenarios. First prediction is that this test match most likely finishes in a draw because India bat also close to the same amount of overs as Australia has, which means both teams have got close to 500, and then you have one session and 1 day left to get a result, which is not happening. So this is a draw, which means now then India rely on Sri Lanka, and by the time this match is a draw, Sri Lanka would have won that first test match, which means the highest rating for a New Zealand versus Sri Lanka test match in history will happen when they play the second test match.
On 17th
Which would
March.
also mean that Prime Videos will get as many downloads now before this test match, the next test match,
Yes.
as they got during the COVID period.
100%.
Yes.
Even when India
100.
were playing New Zealand, even then.
Oh, India, New Zealand, to chalo theek hai. I think COVID they must have gotten
Good
millions
number
and
of
millions
them.
of downloads,
Yes.
and now before the second test
Yes.
match.
So this is the scenario to make it very simple. If India draw, Sri Lanka must not win more than one test.
More than
And if India win, doesn't matter.
Yeah, if India win Ahmedabad, even if Sri Lanka wins 2-0, still not enough.
I think
Sri
it's-
Lanka, India will make it.
It's a very dangerous situation, precarious situation where Indian cricket is standing at the moment, because till now you kept talking about World Test Championship final, although you are assuming you are there, but now suddenly things have changed, and I think it will be very nervous 4 or 5 days coming up.
No,
in
but
the
then
second
based
test
on
match.
that, Rahul, honestly, a confession here. I thought if this test match ends in a draw, then the New Zealand Sri Lanka series, to my mind, was irrelevant. But now that you're saying that a draw would mean that that series will be important, Rahul, I was thinking about how the Indians may have actually played safe. They may have decided to play on a flatter track. to get a draw here, to play for a draw, if not a win, and B, to get your batsmen in form ahead of the WTC final. Form and confidence and runs.
On a flat track.
But that's 2.5 months away.
Yeah.
That was what I was assuming. See, it's not as if the wicket turned flat overnight. The Indians would have known 48 hours in advance, 24 hours in advance, the behavior of the wicket. You know the behavior of the wicket.
Yes.
When you go to the ground, you ask the groundsman how much watering is being done, how many times in a day are you getting the pitch rolled for how many minutes. So the Indians would have known that this is going to be a flat track. But I'm a little surprised then.
Is there anybody amongst all of us who feels that an India win can happen from here?
My heart says it will.
Anybody else?
हो गया था.
Rahul, we have said that draw is the most likely result. Are you in agreement with that, or you have another option, which could be, since he is the contrarian, he might just pick no, Australia win.
But none of you believe that it can happen.
No, the only way it can happen is India bat out tomorrow. They bat out day 4.
Yes.
They get 625 runs.
Yeah.
Australia trail by 150 and they collapse.
Yes.
And
We've
they
discussed
collapse.
that.
So basically 3
But
conditions
looking
in
at
this.
the pitch, even though 2 days have gone by, tomorrow there'll be more wear and tear. Day 4 will be slightly worse, and the last day would be the worst. But the worst on this pitch on day 5 will not be impossible for batsmen to play, because if it turns, it'll be a slow turner. The balls will not kick.
Slow and low.
It'll not be up and down. Slow and low, and normally what happens is that the batsmen still have time to adjust.
Yes.
And
To gauge.
again, for India to win, I think that's the least probability as of now. If you are Australia, you would believe that you've got the runs on board, and maybe there is sufficient time for Australia to win this test match. Not because the pitch is good or bad. It is also the match situation. If India lose 2 wickets tomorrow, which may happen anytime, then India will be looking at the scoreboard. And once you get negative,
The
anything
whole
can
game
happen.
gets negative.
But if India bat out the first session tomorrow, and then they get to 100, 150, then it'll be a draw.
Rahul,
I think all 3 results are possible. It's just that the probability of a draw looks more. Then maybe an Australia win, and thereafter an India win. Like I said, because if you are looking at a score of somewhere around 500, which means if India gets to somewhere around 500, is that what India can score, or can actually they score that much, 500, 550? But if they score 550, they will take somewhere around 6 sessions at least, which would mean that the 4th day T, they'll bat till 4th day T.
Yes.
Then Australia bats. So the probability of a draw, we can have our assumptions. In fact, I was speaking to a few people out there who have been watching this match since yesterday. So even the local, the fans I'm talking about, even they think that the probability of draw and an Australia win are more than an India win.
Yeah.
Remember, Australia have won the toss, and I honestly feel from day one that if you wanted to bat on this wicket, or if you wanted to bat first in this series, this had to be the wicket.
I'm just taking that question forward of how many hundreds Indian batsmen are going to score on day 3. Vishwajit has sent us a super chat saying that the more desperate a batsman is to get runs here, the more further away he'll go from getting runs. So he says he's wishing that Virat Kohli isn't desperate tomorrow. Okay. He says that India lose ICC tournaments also due to the same reason, because we are too desperate, too much pressure. So, and if you were not too desperate, you would have made good batting pitches. Spinners wouldn't have got fake confidence, and batter wouldn't have lost their confidence. So that is what Vishwajit is saying. I'm just going to take that point forward, because all of you have picked guys who will get hundreds. I think Rahul has only picked one in Cheteshwar Pujara, who will get You picked
I picked Shreyas Iyer, Shubman,
and Ashwin. You've not picked Virat.
He picked Virat.
You picked 4 guys.
I-
Acha,
Yeah,
you
he said
picked
4. Shubman and Shreyas.
Okay, you picked 2. So 2 people have picked Virat Kohli to get 100. That is Siddharth, and VG has picked VK to get 100. So do you agree with what Vishwajit is saying? And he makes a very pertinent point that he has good pitch to bat on, but we have seen that Virat seems too eager to get to 100 or big score. He shouldn't be
It's
that.
precisely why there's something called big match pressure. Because you build that pressure onto yourself. I was taking my son to his exams the other day. I'm forgetting the subject. I think science, general science. It was weaker. So it's just a 5-minute drive. He said, "मुझे ना थोड़ा सा pressure हो रहा है, थोड़ा सा ना I am feeling." So I told him, I said, this is exactly the same like cricket. Just divert your attention. Think about something else. And over eagerness, your body becomes stiff.
Your mind stops working.
Exactly. So it can happen. It's a very good point.
But you are sure that because he's a big match guy, he'll get over that and get the 100.
See, his problem, Nikhil, is not the first 5-7 balls. So when you're over eager, the first 8, 10, 12 balls, 15 minutes, that's when your patience is tested. But he's been getting out after spending time on difficult pitches. On a slightly better pitch, if he gets in, he's somebody who scored 74 international hundreds. Yeah. So the moment he gets to a 20 or a 30, on this wicket, he will know how to convert that into a century. Experience.
and in this particular series, he's gotten out just because of a momentary lapse in concentration. Otherwise, on the front foot, back foot, stroke play, he's looked assured.
No, I think his biggest challenge right now is his own ego.
But Nikhil has a very good point. He's saying one thing that you're forgetting, that being patient, whatever. He's saying, do they now have the mindset to get a big score or whatever after a good 5-6 years of these kind of akhada pitches? He's referring to them.
Rahul is saying exactly the same. And it's not so easy, because right now, these days, when you talk about the 500s and the 600s, you need to spend time. But we talk runs. Earlier times, players would talk time. यार 4 session खेलना है, यार 1.5 दिन खेलना है. Now we talk runs. When we say 100, maybe the batsman would say, यार 1.25 session में बनाना.
Okay.
But again, Nikhil, depends on the kind of start. I think the last over 6 that Shubman Gill hit would have given confidence to this Indian dressing room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ease, how he dared, and it would also be a headache for Nathan Lyon today, overnight.
And
He would
already-
know
Yeah.
that the batsman can now attack me towards the long on long off.
Yes. And just to look at how true this pitch is, he had attempted something similar in Indore.
It
But
turned.
because of the nature of the wicket, it turned.
Spun away.
Even Rohit had.
Yeah. So now this wicket is truer. Look at the 6 that he hit. That was an intent, and said you can go for your shots. Get
I'll tell you something now. While I was watching the game and Aditi thought I wasn't, the second session is the one that I watched ball by ball.
Okay.
Because I was driving from home and I was watching over the phone, and I was listening to the commentary also. Usman Khwaja should have attacked more.
Yeah.
In the end, he played 5 sessions, a brilliant 180.
422.
But in the second session, even though they lost 3 wickets, Australia could have added 40-50 more runs.
Correct.
The Indians were tired. They were clueless.
But that was compensated, no? That was compensated by that partnership between Nathan Lyon and Todd Murphy.
No. Rahul, you are looking at the end result. The end result could have been 550. Could have been 550.
No, but that's what I'm saying. End
Not
result,
480.
eventually what matters is the end result. Now, you are right. The
No,
end
but
result
I'm
could have
saying
been 550.
it could
The
have
end
been
result
550.
actually could have been somewhere around 402, 410. Why? Because you had dismissed them. I think they were 402 for 8
Yes.
Thereafter, they got to or 409 for 8 rather, and then they got to 480. So it's a situation that India must be thinking. As Ashwin also said, he was talking about probabilities today and possibilities. We asked him, what worked for you, because he picked 6 wickets for 91. And last 5 wickets that he picked 5 wickets for 30 odd runs, 32 runs. So what worked for him? He said, things can work, things may not work. In fact, India tried a lot of things today. So I think the best thing is you also have to realize that you just can't play your shots at will. You will have to swallow your ego. What Usman Khwaja did,
That's the biggest
what
challenge for Virat.
Cheteshwar Pujara can do. Because you will realize now, you must be wondering now, a lot of these players would be itching to get on the field and would say, "Yaar, Cameron Green मार के चला गया 100. Yaar, Usman Khwaja has also got 100. So we can also. This is the best scenario, situation, conditions for us to play and get 100. Now everybody would be thinking in that fashion, but then you will have to curb your natural instincts at times. You will have to restrict your stroke play also. I'm not saying just get into your shell, but then you will have to swallow your ego, which I think Rohit Sharma couldn't in the last test match, first innings of the last test match. Shubman Gill, I think Shubman Gill has been given a mandate that you play your natural game. I know a lot of people. Imagine if he would have been dismissed in that last over. We sitting here would have had a lot of things to say for him then.
Anyway, there's good news for you, Rahul, and that's not pertaining to the dinner that you will get. Somebody will come and give you free dinner. Not that you might still get. Your favorite player, Temba Bavuma, has also got 100, I believe. So it's a good sign.
What a comeback. After being dismissed for a pair on captaincy in Test cricket, he's got 100.
He's got 100. So signs are there of batsmen getting hundreds. I am also, I didn't make my prediction. I am going with 200s and maybe a couple of 70s and 80s from the lower order.
And there's another one out there, Pranav Anand, who's also saying that the match is going to go India's way, like it did before.
Okay, so my 200s are from Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer.
200.
And my 70-80s are from Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel.
Yeah.
So 270s or 80s type of score I'm expecting. Just to take a few comments, there is a few other guys like Aditi pointed out who are still hopeful India will win. Jamie Wadi who has joined us. Rahul, he wants to know where you are at the time, so he can, which road he
From England?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy.
So he wants to know where you are. He can come and meet you. But Meet Soni has a very good
Where
point.
is he staying?
He named a hotel. I've forgotten the name. It was some.
Should we see him tomorrow? We meet him tomorrow?
You may meet him.
Are you not? Coming
No,
along?
I'm not.
Why?
I'll be here, na. But somebody has to give them
Come on,
company
yaar.
also.
We also need to go there and give company, na?
No, you are there to give company.
No, यार. एक से दो भले. So Rahul, see you tomorrow.
मतलब जाओ.
What time?
9:40 is the flight, I think.
Oh, morning.
नीचे आ जाओ please.
9:40.
Yeah.
But you were
So
also
lunch
with
break
him
you'll be
the
here.
other day in Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
Acha.
I told him we can do the match. He said, "नहीं, I want to go back and I want to come back again over the weekend."
Achha.
ठीक है?
You wanted to spend the weekend here.
Yeah.
क्या? Flying
Holy
miles.
and-
Air
Flying miles he
Air
wanted to
miles.
Frequent flyer mile.
Also, we use the lounge so often that we the airport lounge all the time.
Dinner is free, na? Once or twice in a week.
Twice, yeah, free dinner. Okay, few comments I'm going to take. Ricky Patel is looking at the brighter side, saying finally at least the test match will go to the 5th day.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Then you've got Meet Soni saying hopefully the stadium is not empty. By the way, Rahul, today I heard just over 5,000 turned up to the stadium. But now that India is batting and Virat will,
Saturday.
And
it's a
so we-
Saturday.
Yeah.
Virat might come to bat. You're expecting a
Rohit
better
also.
attendance?
Yes, I am. And all three things you've already mentioned. Weekend, India batting. So possibly a better turnout tomorrow.
Fit Monk says, guys, don't underestimate Smith's captaincy tomorrow before putting
Yeah.
draw as an option. I think 80% it's Australia's game, which was our second most likely option. India batting collapse, loading tomorrow. He's saying Nathan Lyon and Stark both will dominate.
So what he's saying is this test match is according to him going to resemble the Chennai test match
England.
against England.
2021.
Yes, the England test
The
match.
story he thinks is going to resemble that.
Well, see, actually, that was a test match.
But that also
changed things
in
from
that
there on.
India got 337 runs in the first innings.
Yeah. But
And then
England
the
Test
had
bowler-
match that changed
England
Karun
won
Narayan's career.
178.
600 or something.
578.
578.
200.
Yeah, yeah.
400.
Root got a 200. Yeah.
Next.
Root got a 200.
Election.
Okay. So another day coming up, as we said, most likely scenario is that, and it's put a bit of a dampener
RS.
to India's hopes
RS.
at the World Test Championship. But again, there's still a lot of ifs and buts. We'll get a clearer picture tomorrow. But for that, Indian batsmen will need to step up. They will be a bit relieved now. You've got a pitch like this where you can get those big totals. So all these batsmen who've been hungry for big totals have to get runs. But then there is a challenge of Smith's captaincy, as mentioned by Fitmong. Also the challenge of playing some good Australian spin bowling. So see you tomorrow.
By the way, Akash Chopra, he's just tweeted, said 3 centuries loading from India
Oh,
could be a double century.
how
too.
is it that he knows exactly?
Chances of results: draw 70,
He's
India
on
win
YouTube.
20,
He's probably
Australia
watching
win
our show.
10%.
No, he doesn't have time.
He's
Okay,
seeing
70%
dance
draw,
prediction.
20% India win, Australia win 10%.
Wow.
Unless
What is the he's got
70% draw,
20 India win.
India win.
10% Australia win.
Australia.
Ooh.
Oh.
Let's do our ratio. What do you say? Go
50%, 60% draw,
60 draw. Okay.
30% Australia,
Okay.
10% India.
10% India. Okay.
60% draw, 20% India, Australia.
Okay.
I think there are 50% chances that India may win it.
50 India win and
Yes.
remaining whatever
30% chances of it being a draw and Australia 20. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
50% draw chances, 30% Australia winning it, remaining 20 is India's win.
Rahul,
50, 30, 20.
What I
so
said.
but the 50 for draw, I'm assuming 30 for Australia win, 20 for India win, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going 60 for a draw, 30 for 30 for Australia win, the 10 for
India.
India. I think so.
Anyways, we all will be right. Whatever the result is.
Because it'll be a draw. So,
Only Aditi.
So you should have said
Even if
100%
it-
draw.
but one thing, India will have to earn the draw.
That's
They
why I
will not
put
get it.
Australia win a bit higher.
They'll have to earn it.
Yeah, that's why I give more percent to Australia. Okay, on that note, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
Yep.
Take care.
Bye bye.
If you liked it, please click a like on the video and do subscribe to Sports Today. See you tomorrow, day 3 of a test match. We haven't said this entire series yet.
Yeah,
With this much
Day
excitement.
3, yes.
We've had days.
Day 4, yeah, we've not
No,
had
we
a
have had 2.5 days. Tomorrow we'll have a full day 3.
yeah.
And potentially a
First
day
time.
4.
A day 4.
Bye bye.
Definitely the day 4,
Yeah.
Yeah.
potentially day 5.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, potentially day 5. Yes.
See you.